Hello and welcome back. My name is Nate Guadani. Today I'm going to show you some hip circles. These are really good warm-ups for your hips and also for the deep six, these muscles that support your hip rotation and that for most of us get quite weak because we're generally just walking forward and we're not opening the hips enough. So this is a very simple warm-up and something you can do at home. Use your balance bar. Now if you don't have an actual balance bar that's flexible, padded with traction tips, you could use a substitute, but you want to make sure you have good traction. If it's just a piece of wood and it doesn't have traction on the bottom, you don't want to do weight bearing because it can slip. So make sure it's got good traction, okay? So first, we're going to do some circles where you use the balance bar on the same side of the leg that you're lifting. So I'm going to put it in my right side and I'm going to lift my right leg and take your knee across the middle, open out to the side like this. Okay? So the balance bar provides this extra support so that you can focus in and really control the circle here, the range of motion in your hips. Now you can start with a much smaller circle. You can just do little ones to start with, and gradually the range of motion will increase as your hips warm up and as they gain more flexibility and stability. So eventually your hips may cross the middle line and open all the way out. So aim for about 10 times. And you can use this support more or less. So when you start to improve your balance, you might just hold it with one finger, or you might lift it up completely. And you might do that for a while, and if you lose your balance, it's right there for you. Now, same leg, go the opposite direction and circle the other way. A couple other ways to make this more challenging, you can try closing your eyes, or you can move your head from side to side as you do it. These are good ways to challenge your balance. But again, try not to over-rely on the balance bar. Use it as much as you need, but as little as you can. So challenge yourself and try not to use it too much. Alright, after you're done, give it a shake. Now, even though we were focusing on this standing leg, or rather the lifted leg, your standing leg may also be feeling it too. So let's switch sides, the other way, and cross the midline and open outward, circle. I like to think of engaging the abdomen a little bit. So not just tensing, but using a little pelvic tilt and a little bit of engagement of the low belly to support your legs and to rotate. Okay? Nice smooth circles. Aim for about 10 times. One thing I notice too is when people do this, they might tense up their shoulders and hang on a little too hard. Try to relax your upper body. Let your lower body do the work with a more relaxed and light upper half. Now switch directions, go the other way, and challenge yourself. Try to hold the bar a little bit less, or maybe not at all. Make sure that standing leg also isn't going slack. Keep it engaged, especially around the outer hips. Alright, after about 10 times in each direction, you're probably feeling nice and warm. Shake them out if they feel tight. So these circles can be really powerful and I recommend doing them daily. Most of us don't get enough hip range of motion. We're walking forward all the time. If we want to go this way, we just turn and we're going forward again. If we want to go this way, we turn and we go forward again. So we're rarely using our full range in our hips. We're not walking sideways. We're rarely stepping over things. So the hips can get really stiff, and this is one way people get arthritis. They just get locked in and stiffer, and they don't have enough nourishment, they don't have enough lubrication in the joints, and it starts to degrade and it starts to cause a lot of problems. So keeping that range of motion can really help improve the longevity of your hip joints. Now here's another one, a little more advanced version, and it's a little bit of a brain teaser too. So we'll start off on my right side, or your left if you're watching there, and take your knee in a figure eight. So you go up the side, down the middle, up the other side, and down the middle. So I like to imagine there's a crayon on my knee and I'm drawing a figure eight, circling around. This is where the balance bar really comes in handy because this is quite challenging. So use your whole hip. I'm even turning my ankles and toes with the hip. Alright, after 5 or 6 times you can switch. This one has more movement, so you don't have to do quite so many. Now this is a little bit of a brain teaser again, so now I'm going down the side, up the middle, down the side, up the middle. Sometimes I have to kind of tell myself that as I do it. So if you mix it up, don't worry. As long as you're moving, it's good for you. Alright, shake it out. Let's try the other side. You're probably feeling some fatigue, right? These muscles don't do this very often. They're not going to be used to it. But with practice, it's going to get a lot stronger, and this is going to be really good for your hips. So, figure 8, up the side, down the middle, up the side, down the middle. Picture that figure 8, like the number 8 on its side. If you have great balance, or if you want to challenge your balance, try it without the balance bar at all. And you can lift it up or just hold it very lightly. Good. Now switch directions. Up the middle, down the side. Up the middle, down the side. I know it's a brain teaser. That's actually part of the point. Learning new movements is really good for you. There's been some science, some studies that show learning new movements can be even better for your brain than crossword puzzles and Sudoku. I can't reference it. I don't know where I got that information, but I've heard it quite a bit. So learning new movements, really important for keeping your brain sharp and healthy. Some nice full circles. And when you're done, shake it out. Alright, so hopefully your hips are feeling pretty warm and open right now. So doing this again daily is not too often. Keeping your hips really open and lubricated and loose can really make a difference for the longevity of your hips. Alright, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.